So crazy.
This meeting is being recorded. Oh, you got to do some music. Go ahead. Intro music. Yeah. So welcome back to the Untitled Ragsdale Brothers broadcast.
Right.
Younger Ragsdale, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am good. I'm doing better than the Lakers are doing right now. So better. I feel better than AD at the moment. So
yeah.
And that's a good segue into what is going to be the basketball one. We haven't done an NBA. We never talk about NBA.
We talked about the playoffs last time.
Did we?
Yep.
I'm older, brother, so I don't have to remember stuff. That's
yeah. Now we did like a preview. We did two separate videos, one on the Eastern, one on the West Conference.
Yes. That's why you're the good one here. So getting back into that then, and since I've already segued into it, how do you feel about your Lakers right now, or your LeBronites?
I feel nervous, and I've started to accept the fact that we may not make it out of the first rounds.
Right. Which you're the 7 seed, so technically you shouldn't be expected to.
Right. Well, I mean, even though we are the 7th seed, and I understand the knowledge behind that, I mean, we're still Lakers and we've got the better players, but he has a level 1 groin strain. I don't think he's gonna play tomorrow. I think they're listening to him day to day because that's what they're supposed to do, and I guess you're trying to give the team hope or fans hope, whatever. I just don't think he's gonna play tomorrow. I think if he was to actually play tomorrow, he would be used sparingly, but not enough to actually help the team win. And with that said, I understand LeBron made the comment the other 1 or 2 nights ago, and like these shoulders were made to lift heavy out, whatever. LeBron is not. He's 36. He's not built like he was in his first stint with Cleveland, when he was with Miami. Even if he scores 40 points tomorrow and has a triple double, if he doesn't get help from the supporting cast, we're not going to win. And if we go down 3-2. If AD magically comes back for game 6, maybe we win the next 2, but it's hard when you go down 3-2. It's really hard because Phoenix is going to come out gunning game 6. And I'm starting to just slowly accept the fact that, hey, this season might come to an end sooner than I wanted to, but it's just part of the game.
It's like the Lakers more. I mean, but you could look at most of the teams that are out there right now. And if you lose one of your top 2 guys, most teams you would think are not going to. But the Lakers are maybe more top heavy than most other teams. So you lose either one of those 2 guys and you're pretty much done. That third quarter after they lost AD was one of the worst third quarters of basketball.
They were just demoralized. I think once they found out AD wasn't coming back, they didn't try, they didn't hustle. They just offensively they looked horrible. And they, it sucks, but it is what it is. And I think when you look back at the trade they made, I mean, we won a championship, so we can't say it was a disaster trade, but there is kind of like a caveat, I guess, when you get Anthony Davis, is like he's a little fragile.
Yeah.
He does have a little bit of injury history, and unfortunately it's coming now. And I think you even mentioned it Sunday, was like it wasn't one of those contact fouls. He just fell down and started grabbing his leg, and you're like, oh crap. At first I didn't know if it was his ankle or calf. I didn't know what it was, but groin strain, and I don't think he's gonna play tomorrow. I don't know if he'll be back for game 6, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So that would put Phoenix coming out. So looking at the rest of the West bracket, then that would put Denver and Portland. I'm still gonna pick Portland. So Charles Barkley made the comment. He's like, you just look at their roster and their talent. He said they should just be a lot better than they are. And
Portland?
Portland.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still think at some point they're gonna have to trade CJ McCollum and get a better piece.
Somebody else.
Yeah. So I feel like whoever comes out of that one still, I think Phoenix can handle them. But if Chris Paul is healthy. So what was a disaster for Phoenix having to play Lakers in their first round could actually, work out. I think
work out in their favor.
I would pick Denver over them if Murray was playing.
Definitely.
Whole thing. But I don't know. Portland versus Phoenix could be an interesting series though. But I feel like
it's almost like the same team. I mean, they've got the backcourt and then they've got some little size down low. So it'll be interesting, high scoring series. But
it probably works out better for Portland to have to play Phoenix for sure.
Yeah.
The top of the bracket, have the Clippers finally decided they want to try and win, or does anybody?
I guess so. I guess they heard rumors that maybe somebody might leave in the offseason or something, but they look good.
They don't look good yet. The really last game was good, but game 3 they still started off down like 19 points in the first quarter.
Right.
It's like they feel like they can flip the switch whenever, but teams that do that have usually won something first, and the Clippers haven't won anything.
Right. They haven't. So we'll see. And when do they play again? Was it tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, because the games tonight are pretty non-exciting, I think. Well, I'm only glad Philadelphia and Washington are playing just so they can get that crap over with.
Yeah.
The Utah-Memphis series has actually been a little more exciting than I thought.
Right, but I think Utah wins tonight to put a stranglehold on it. So.
Yeah.
The West is where everything is, though. It's like you have 3 series that are tied at 2, and Utah-Memphis pulls it off tonight, then that series is tied at 2. The East is where it's just really boring. Not to skip the Utah-Memphis, but like Philly is about to sweep tonight. Atlanta, they win one more game because they're up 3-1. Milwaukee's already beat Miami 4-0, and Brooklyn is up 3-1 over Boston. So I'm sorry, are we boring you? Or you not get enough sleep last night?
I didn't. I only had like 3 hours of sleep last night, and then we had to work half a day today. But anyway, the one series that I am looking forward to is Milwaukee and Brooklyn.
Yes.
I think that will be a very, very good series. And for Giannis, it will be, I think, a pivotal moment in his career, because if he can't get past Brooklyn now, I don't know if he's going to get past in the second round anytime soon, because Brooklyn's going to be back next year and the year afterwards. So,
and you won back-to-back MVPs and you haven't made a conference final.
And you haven't made a conference final. Exactly. And I think if they can beat Brooklyn in the second round and play, who would they play? Philly, I guess. I think Milwaukee could make it to the finals if they could beat Brooklyn. But
this is it for them.
It'll be interesting.
This is it. Yep. Yeah. I just don't like Brooklyn.
I don't
like their 3 stars. They have like the most unlikable group of 3 men playing together.
They do. And they've got 3, and you know what? Outside of those 3, like Joe Harris can shoot too. They've got shooters all over the floor.
Right.
They've got the one big man. I mean, honestly, on that team, you really don't need a big man, to be honest.
Is DeAndre Jordan still there?
I think so. Him and Blake Griffin are still there. So,
I look at Blake like
every time Blake Griffin dunks the ball, they're like, wow, Blake Griffin's dunking again.
But you're looking at stat sheet, and that's like his only points in the game.
Exactly. So I don't know. I could see Brooklyn making the finals and beating. Who's going to come out the West? Is it going to be the Clippers?
You feel like the Clippers. I like the Jazz when they're shooting, and if Mitchell is healthy. But I'd probably still pick the Clippers over them if the Clippers have decided they want to play.
Right.
So Paul George is in playoff, like real playoff mode, and Kawhi has decided he wants to play, then they're tough to beat because they have a really deep team as well. Utah, I like their starters, and of course Clarkson coming off the bench, but that'd be a fun series. If Utah to me is the more consistent team. So you could easily see the Clippers blowing another 2 games there. So who knows?
Yeah.
But they have no business being in this series with Dallas, because you look at Dallas, and Dallas is like Golden State. Everybody like, hey, we're just going to watch Luka and whatever he can get done, but when the rest of the team's not hitting anything, they're done. So
if Dallas could somehow get another, I don't know, like, what their cap looks like. I don't know what they're going to be able to do in the offseason, because I'm assuming they want to keep Porzingis, but if they could get like a second player to kind of help out Luka.
Anybody. Remember when that trade was looked at like, wow, Luka and Porzingis, and now you're like, oh,
I know.
Porzingis. Like, I mean, he's awful. He's
going to need some help. So,
I
don't know. We'll see what happens. But like I said, I'm nervous about tomorrow night. I just don't think AD is going to play. And if he doesn't play, Chris Paul's now trending up. He's getting better or feeling better. Good for him. That's good to see. I don't see the Lakers winning that one.
Yeah.
Without AD.
So I guess that what that would change for us as far as our predictions, and obviously, we'll revisit this at the end of this round. But I think we both picked the Lakers to beat Phoenix.
Yep.
But now you have a shot at Phoenix actually coming through. Phoenix wins this one, they can win the next round. Chris Paul in his first conference final. So that could be an interesting one too. Like you always like to say, we'll see what happens. I'm still picking the Bucks to win the whole thing. I'm rooting for Giannis, and I like Drew Holiday as one of my favorite players.
Huge pickup.
So we'll see how that goes. Are you going to be watching the games tonight?
I
don't care.
I'm probably not going to watch the Philly Washington game. I will watch it. I have been watching. I've watched every Utah Memphis game this series. I've watched pretty much all those, but the Philly Washington, I just can't get into it.
Yeah. Here's a good one. Here's a good one. Favorite series so far?
That's a good question.
Well, I'll give you mine while you think about it, this is a weird pick because the games have not been good towards the end.
Right.
But I have enjoyed the Hawks and Knicks way more than I thought I ever would enjoy a series.
I agree.
When I was looking at these series, it was probably my least favorite.
Yeah.
But now, it's got Trae Young, Young is stepping up. Yep. So Julius Randle, his struggles. And imagine like Young and Luka being traded for each other.
Yeah.
That's like one of those where everybody clearly thinks Luka in Dallas won that one. But
they both pretty happy came out on top
where they're at. So
yeah,
I like that series. Is one of my favorites to watch so far. And then I kind of like Ja Morant in Memphis and what he's becoming. So
I would say, without being biased, I'm not going to pick the Phoenix LA because of being biased, but maybe the Nuggets Trailblazers series. I think that's been pretty cool. So that's probably been my favorite one. But I still think the Bucks and the Bucks and the Nets is going to be a great.
That second round, that's probably the series I'm looking most forward to.
Yeah,
and I will I'll buy a Bucks T-shirt if they win that one.
Oh my god!
I'll be right.
I'm not buying a Bucks T-shirt, but I will cheer for them.
I will send you one.
Okay. I can't spend my money on that.
Oh yes, if they win that series, I'm all in. So we'll see. The games tonight, like Philly and Washington, that's just a terrible.
Yeah,
Washington shouldn't be in the playoffs, so
right.
Golden State should be able to take their spot.
Yeah. Agree. I'm not even going to probably turn to that game, but I will watch. Yeah, I will watch some of the Utah Memphis game unless it gets out of hand. Then I'll click off.
Yeah. Okay. So you're going to stick with right now. If AD comes back, Lakers to win it all, though. That's still your.
Yeah. If AD can come back and tomorrow, which I don't think is going to happen, I'm still going to pick the Lakers. And I'll go out on a limb and say this: if he misses tomorrow, we're going to lose. But if he comes back game 6, then we're going to win game 6 and game 7.
There you go.
I'm going to stick with it. I don't care.
I would say good luck, but I'm rooting against you guys. So sorry.
I know.
All right. Well, that's good. Covering the NBA a little bit. I guess we take a break. We'll do some movies next. Looking forward to that.
Let's do it.
All right. So do we have outro music also, or just intro music?
Just intro. We have not been given the money or the go for outro music, so let's just pump our brakes a little bit. So.
Okay. Well, in that case, thank you for the NBA segment, and eventually we'll come up with some sort of name and do some more stuff. But
we will.
NBA segment out.